Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Let's take a trip. So today we're talking about Lafayette Ron Hubbard, better known as L. Ron Hubbard, the inventor of Dianetics and founder of Scientology. Hubbard was born in Nebraska in March of 1911 and raised in Montana. Hubbard was well traveled at a young age due to his father's frequent relocations to his service in the United States Navy, holding residence in Guam, the Philippines, China, and Japan. In 1930, Hubbard enrolled at George Washington University to study civil engineering, but dropped out in his second year. He would spend some time in Puerto Rico, amongst other places, panning for gold and doing other sorts of menial jobs before returning to the U.S. to marry his pregnant girlfriend and embark on his career as a penny-a-word writer as the Depression rolled around. Hubbard's works were mainly of science fiction, but he did focus on other genres as well. Earlier I mentioned that he was the inventor of Dianetics, which can be translated to what the soul is doing to the body. Dianetics was a book written by Hubbard in 1950. This book was originally intended to discuss the science of the mind, if you will, but later would be adapted to a more religious approach. 4 years later, the Church of Scientology was founded and slowly spread throughout Southern California, the United States, and eventually the world. Hubbard would write in Dianetics that humans have an analytic mind, which is normally in charge of making daily decisions and judgment necessary for survival. However, in times of stress, pain, or other trauma, it is the reactive mind that takes over. The lasting scars from our negative experiences are stored in the brain and known as engrams. To rid yourself of these engrams, Hubbard prescribed a new type of therapeutic process known as auditing. This process consisted of a one-on-one meeting with a counselor, or auditor, where you would answer a series of questions designed to purge these unconscious memories and allow the analytic mind to regain control. Post-World War II, audiences seemed receptive to Hubbard's claims of healing the mind, and the book quickly became a bestseller. Dianetics groups spread across the country and abroad. Even though the American Psychological Association and other organizations questioned Hubbard's claims regarding the scientific nature of his approach. However, in 1952, Hubbard introduced a new aspect of the auditing process, a device he called the electropsychometer, or E-meter, which measures the strength of a small electric current that runs through the body as an individual would answer an auditor's questions. The introduction of this E-meter helped mark Hubbard's transition from Dianetics to Scientology, moving his approach from mental health to the basis for a new religious movement. On February 18, 1954, incorporation papers were filed in Los Angeles for the Church of Scientology in California, the first official Scientologist organization. So, the shift from mental health to religion included a focus on humans having immortal souls, or thetans in Scientology terms, that are trapped within various bodies throughout multiple lifetimes, collecting ingram after ingram, or negative experiences. After purging the reactive mind of past trauma through the auditing process, an individual can become clear. Those who are clear are believed to reach a higher level of ethical and moral standards, greater creativity, and control over their environment. Clear individuals are also less susceptible to disease. Individuals who achieve clarity will then be known as OTs, or operating thetans. Now here's where things get interesting. As you move up the ladder of religion, you become privy to much more information than those who are below you. At the top levels of this religion, you learn more about thetans and Xenu. Xenu, according to Hubbard, was the dictator of the Galactic Confederacy, who brought billions of his people to the Earth in a spacecraft 75 million years ago. These thetans would be stocked into volcanoes and killed with hydrogen bombs. Scientology scriptures claim that the thetans of these aliens adhere themselves to humans, which cause the humans spiritual harm. This origin story is known within Scientology as Incident 2. Within the Church of Scientology, the Xenu story is part of the church's secret advanced technology and is considered a sacred and esoteric teaching, which is normally only revealed to members who have completed lengthy sequences of courses, costing churchgoers large amounts of money. Oh, I forgot to mention that being a member of the Church of Scientology also comes with an extremely large fee. Anyways, the church avoids to mention Xenu in public statements and has gone to considerable efforts to maintain the story's confidentiality, including legal action on the grounds of copyright and trade secrecy. Officials of the church widely deny the Xenu story. Despite this, much material on Xenu has leaked to the public via court documents and copies of Hubbard's notes that have been distributed throughout the internet. When Hubbard stepped down from leading the church, he was involved mostly with the sect known as the Sea Organization, Now, the Sea Organization is the elite of the Scientology movement, the most dedicated members. The Sea Org originated in 1967 with 3 ships, the Diana, the Athena, and the Apollo, with the latter serving as the flagship. The highest rank one could garner is that of captain, which the now de facto leader of Scientology, David Miscavige, was. Now, David Miscavige was born in 1960 and began working with Hubbard as a teenager in the role of Commodore's messenger, and was given a leadership position by the early 80s and named as chairman of the board in 1987, the year after Hubbard's death. Since Miscavige assumed his final leadership position, there have been a number of allegations made against him and the Church of Scientology. These include claims of forced separation of family members, coercive fundraising practices, harassment of church critics and journalists, as well as emotional and physical abuse of subordinates. Miscavige and other spokespersons deny the majority of these claims, often criticizing the credibility of those who bring them. Now, one of the family members Miscavige has been accused of abusing is his own wife, Shelley Miscavige, or Michelle, who was last seen in public in August of 2007. Since her last appearance, she has been the subject of speculation and inquiries regarding her whereabouts and well-being. In 2012, attorneys came forward who claimed to represent Shelley and said she was merely living in a private life devoted to the Church of Scientology. In August of 2013, actress Leah Remini, former Scientologist and vocal critic of the organization, filed a missing person report regarding Shelley with the LAPD. Within days, Remini was contacted saying they had located Miscavige and were closing the case, with no further explanation given. Even more communication was given by an attorney in 2018 that Shelley continues to be a dedicated Sea Org member and is continuing to live a private life dedicated to the church. However, in more recent claims, former Sea Org members have come forward stating that they have not seen her and she is being held against her will in a compound located in San Bernardino, California. So guys, Scientology, cult or religion? I suggest you take the time yourself and dig a little bit deeper into Scientology, the story of Xenu, the intergalactic ruler, and Thetans, the auditing process, and the tremendous fees that come along with being a member of the church. But anyways, that's all the time we got for today. Yo, yo, yo! Peace out.